Hey guys, thank you for coming through, man. Hey, thank you for stopping by once again to the platform. And if this is your first time stopping by, they call me Mr. J. And the platform is actually proud of Motherlandians. We do talk about a whole lot. And so I would like you to think about being part of the family. And why not? Join, man. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on that notification so that whenever I drop something, you'll be the first to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have always talked about oneness when it comes to Africa, and we have always preached and imagined a situation where there were no boundaries, and one African country fell for the pain of another African country. It is too sad that most African countries actually try to live in isolation, and they do not empathize. But I want us to talk about a situation which proves and has shown to us that it is possible for one African country to empathize and worry and be open to its neighboring country. Now, I want us to talk about the whole situation of Ghana and Nigeria. Now, we have had a whole lot of little fights and back and forth within these two countries, and we've had a whole lot of situations where the Ghanaians were asking for the Nigerians to leave too. Yes, that did happen, and we all know that in the grand scheme of things, man. Nigeria will always be Nigeria. What do I mean by that? Nigeria will always be the giants of Africa. Say whatever you want to say about Nigeria and Nigerians, it will boil down to the same thing, that Africa is not going to be Africa without Nigerians. Agree or disagree? Now, I know that some of you will come on there and say, oh, Nigerians are doing this, Nigerians are doing that, but in a population of over 230 million people, yes, you can have maybe 100,000 or 1 million who are doing bad. That doesn't represent the whole country in itself. Let's come back to what I want to say. Ladies and gentlemen, recently, Nigeria came to the rescue of Ghana, regardless of anything that has been going on between the citizens of Ghana, the musician of Ghana, the fan base of Ghana, and Nigeria. Nigeria came to the rescue of an embarrassment which Ghana was supposed to be facing, because Nigeria saved Ghana from a disgrace. Because Ghana are supposed to be playing their games in Ghana, but CAF, if you don't know what CAF is a body that controls and regulates football in the continent of Africa. They rejected a playing stadium, a field in Ghana that they do not agree or they do not want games to be played in that field. Now, I don't know why in this present day and time, a country that is rich in natural resources like Ghana, a country that has some of the greatest touch with the West, because most Africans, Americans fly to Ghana. You hear of the return, so a whole lot of capital flight coming into Ghana from outside, and people are buying land and property in Ghana, but yet the government is not thinking or did not think about renovating or building a new field to handle all of these things. So, looking at the situation at hand, Nigeria being who Nigeria has been, remember we have said on this platform that Nigeria has helped a whole lot of countries around motherland, even though some countries are trying to play dumb and act like Nigeria has never ever helped them, but rather they are pushing this narrative, this negativity, this, oh, they had this, they had that, this and about. But see, Nigeria looked at the situation and say, hey, you know what, CAF? We are the giants of Africa. We are going to let our brothers and sisters from Ghana, we are going to let the teams play in our field, because we do have more than enough fields that are up to par. So if CAF can allow this, then we will like, so that they will not be embarrassed for not having game. Because in football, if you have a game and due to one thing or the other you do not show up, and it could be because the field was not approved, you forfeit that game and you lose that game by forfeiture. So they were like, you know what, we allow them to come and play in our field. We have a whole lot of fields here. You feel me? We will not sit back and see our brothers and sisters in Ghana lose forfeiture games just because they do not have a good stadium to play in. Now, if this doesn't speak of a big brotherliness, then I do not know. You might sit on here, you might come on here and tell me, especially my Ghanaian audience, you might come on here and say this and that, MisterJaay, blah, 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 but that is an act of being a big brother. And that is why most of us, regardless of anything that is said about that country, Nigeria, we will still tell you proudly that, you see, Nigeria is the giant of Africa. And I do personally think that there are some forces destabilizing Nigeria, avoiding and preventing this country from actually getting it right. Because let me tell you, if Nigeria gets it right, what do I mean by that? Stop bad governance, put those in position that can actually feel for its people, take care of its people, stop this whole tribalism, and ensure that the politicking and policies that are put in place are in the benefit of the citizens of Nigeria. Let me tell you something. Nigeria is going to be an El Dorado in Africa. Because if the economy of Nigeria is okay, the economy of Africa will be okay. So I think that there are these forces playing some of these politicians like puppets to prevent this country from actually reaching and maximizing its full potentials. But that is not what I want to talk about. I want us to talk about this act of brotherliness. To all of my Ghanaian people, when you come online, when there's a beef between an artist from Ghana, a figure from Ghana and a figure from Nigeria, and you guys lose your shit over that stuff, remember this: there are certain acts of brotherliness that is never going to be erased. Because this, let me tell you, I know that tomorrow some of you will come online and try to downplay this whole thing and this and that. How many countries were willing to say, hey, you know what, come and play in the field, in our field, come and have your games in our field until you can sort yourself out? And now I don't know if the Ghanaian is going to pay some kind of fee to the Nigerian government, but I do think that it is not about the fee. It is just an issue of, we cannot sit back and watch you guys go through an embarrassment when we can actually afford that. So many African countries and the leaders do not think like this. So when you come online and try to castigate and say all these type of funny things like our brothers down south are saying, understand that there are countries that when they get it right, it's going to be a beautiful thing for the whole continent. Now I want to throw this back at you and saying that, do you think that Nigeria opening its arm and its door to Ghana is actually a sign of Pan-Africanism using sports? Leave your comment, and hey, it is an honor to always come through, and I hope you did hit that subscribe button. Do not forget, I'd like you to be part of the family. Stay blessed. Peace. And big up to Ghana, and big up to CAF for letting this go through, and big up to the Nigerian government and the Minister of Sports for letting this happening. Bless.